What is up everyone, today we'll be taking a look at the new Sneasler in the Hisui Cup, where it is probably one of the best generalists. It's a fighting poison typing just like Toxicroak, but it is running a slightly different moveset. It's running Shadow Claw, Close Combat, X-Scissor. It's able to beat a lot of the things Toxicroak beats, like the Steel types, Dark Poisons and Normal types, just slightly less convincingly since you are not running counter. But because you're not running counter and you're running Shadow Claw instead, you're actually able to beat some of the stuff Toxicroak loses to. Toxicroak loses extremely hard to a lot of the ghosts like Frostlass and Drifblim, but Sneasler is actually able to beat these. So instead of being a specialist fighter like Toxicroak, Sneasler is actually a very good generalist without very many hard counters. Hardest counters are probably the Confusion users, but they aren't that common. Even Gastrodon, which seems like it will be a decent counter, loses the ones versus Sneasler, since you are able to get to an X-Scissor plus Close Combat. They shield the X-Scissor, and then following Close Combat will knock them out. So yeah, Sneasler just amazing in this meta. But there is one problem. It is almost impossible to get this thing legitly. Currently, Hisuian Sneasel only comes out of X, which means for most of y'all, it will be level 20 or above. But for Sneasler to fit into Great League, it has to be level 18 or below. So you can't get it unless you get someone that is a low level, like I think level 15 or below, to hatch a Hisuian Sneasel and then get it traded to you. That is the only way to get it. So for most of us, that's probably almost impossible to do, legitly at least. That's why I don't have one myself yet, and we'll be looking at some footage a member of the community sent me. Thank you very much, Krabby, for these battles. Let's just go check them out. First match, Krabby leads his team of Sneasler, Bibarel, and Gastrodon into an Electivire. This is a pretty spicy battle so far. Just gonna go straight for the X-Scissor. This will do so much damage versus Electivire, so they kinda got a shield. Shadow Claw's really adding up, but Thunder Shock's also really adding up. Thunder Shock is not supposed to be a damaging move really, but Sneasler is just so incredibly squishy that the damage is adding up. Gonna go for the X-Scissor here. This knocks out the Vire. In comes Toxicroak. Now Sneasler actually squishier than Toxicroak. So if you've been playing Toxicroak, you know it is not tanky at all. But Sneasler is even squishier. So the opponent actually has to shield that because Close Combat will do a ton of damage. But then farms down, has a bunch of energy loaded for the Gastrodon, which, well, honestly, doesn't do that much. So this Gastrodon can just take another move here and probably mud slap it down. It's all gonna come down to what is in the back, and it is a Drapion. So this is looking pretty good for Krabby right here. The opponent notes and concedes the match. Next match, we get Sneasler into Roserade. This is a very solid lead for Sneasler. You are resisting these grass moves and doing doing neutral damage with the Shadow Claws and neutral with the X-Scissor as well. But neutral damage from Sneasler kind of feels like super effective. Look how far down the Shadow Claws have already brought the Roserade. You kind of gotta shield up that Weather Ball as well though. Since you are so squishy, it would probably put Sneasler into almost the red, I would assume. Well, it's definitely not in the red, but it's probably close to the red. It is the red. Oh my god. Oh my, wow. Alright, that more than I was expecting. Wow, I know this thing is squishy, but this is even more squishy than I thought. Are you able to get to the X-Scissor? You're not able to get to the X-Scissor versus the Lucario. Gonna bring in the Gastrodon here. Gastrodon throwing those mud slaps into orbit, but they're still landing on Lucario and doing a bunch of damage. In comes Frostlass, and this is where Bibarel really shines. Bibarel is a pretty good Frostlass answer because both, or just a standard moveset, is all resisted. The thing is though, Bibarel's kind of squishy. Avalanche hits hard. 2 will still knock out, but you should be able to reach 2 surfs before the 3rd Avalanche, I think. So shield this up and just safely get to another surf, I would assume. Yes, here we go. Come on, Bibarel. Gonna go for the surf. This should knock out the Frostlass, and then Can you take out this Lucario? If the Lucario can farm down, get to a Shadow Ball, this might be kind of scary. But I think that Gastrodon is still healthy enough. Yeah, Mud Slaps down. GG. Third match, we see Sneasler into Drifblim. A matchup where Toxicroak would absolutely get destroyed. But Sneasler is actually putting in the work with these Shadow Claws. Sneasler is actually able to win the 2 shield scenario here. You will lose the zeros, you will lose the ones, but use 2 shields, you will win. Which is kind of insane, really. In comes Empoleon, gonna go for the close combat here. Man, they have to shield or get taken out. They get taken out by the close combat. Wow, in comes the Drifblim again. Your defense is so low now. These hexes are doing so much damage, but you gotta stay in. Don't want the Gastrodon Alliance. So just gonna go for the close combat, which does absolutely nothing against the Drifblim. For some reason, they decide to throw their move. Get rid of all their energy, that's fine. Bibarel can come in now and clean this up before they get to another move. Oh, it can. What is in the back now? Nothing. The game is over. The opponent concedes. GG. That's where you could really see the power of Sneasler. Basically taking out almost the full Drifblim and Empoleon. Electrode Lead. I have no clue how this goes, but I would assume that Sneasler is probably in favor there since... Oh, wait, I was gonna say you have the super effective X-Scissor, you get there quite fast, but they actually switch to Aerial Ace now. Very interesting, the close combat knocks out the Drapion. Wow, they actually let that go. That is insane. Whoa, alright. In comes the Electrode again. Krabby doesn't want to stay in, so switches into Bibarel. This is definitely not a good matchup for Bibarel. So... I don't know what they're doing, but I guess you kind of want to sacrifice this to clear your debuffs. Makes sense, and these water guns actually added up quite a bit. Gonna bring in the Sneasler right now. Because you don't have X-Scissor, this is a slightly worse matchup. But since you have 2 shields, you should be fine just double shielding here. In comes Toxicroak. Oh, this is where the Aerial Ace really helps out. This is gonna do a good chunk of damage. Not if they shield though. Are you gonna switch to Gastro now? Yes, I love display catching the Mud Bomb, saving energy on the Sneasler. This is looking pretty good for Krabby right now. Farming down with Mud Slaps. Toxicroak just barely gets to another move, but this is so fine. The Electrode will never be able to farm down, has to throw a move anyway. And if it doesn't, it's just gonna get Mud Slapped down, I think. Yeah, it should. Neutral Mud Slaps coming in, takes out the Electrode. Damn, that Sneasler put in work once again. Next match, we get a Skuntank Lead. This is definitely a positive matchup for Sneasler as you resist every single move besides Flamethrower, which just takes a lot of energy to get to. It is definitely not as positive as Toxicroak has here, because Toxicroak does neutral with the counters and super effective with the Mud Bombs. But Sneasler should still win if you can get a bait, which Gravity did get here with the Aerial Ace. Opponent does get a defense drop though, which is not amazing. Just gonna go for the close combat straight away here. Are we gonna see a shield? We do see a shield, unfortunately. Gonna save the Sneasler for a later matchup and bring in the Bibarel now. Right now, gonna take the crunch and get the defense dropped once again. Not able to get to the Hyper Fang because of that. Gotta settle for a Surf. This will still do a bunch of damage on the Toxicroak though, and bring it into a nice farm down range for a Gastrodon. This is just a Mud Bomb, no need to shield. Does do a little bit of damage, but not that much. This team is already double weak against Gastrodon, so we gotta see a Gastrodon answer in the back, and there it is the Drifblim. This is exactly why I like running Water Pulse on Gastrodon, to hit these pesky flyers like Drifblim for some decent damage. Hit it with the Water Pulse. Now it is in the range where an Aerial Ace basically knocks out. The only issue is there's still a Gastrodon or a Skuntank in the back, which could be a little bit of a problem. Brings it in now. Gonna go for the close combat. This knocks out the Skuntank. Will we be able to finish off the Drifblim? Drifblim takes some good damage from these Shadow Claws, but I don't think it's enough. This Shadow Ball should knock out the Gastrodon, and that is a good game. For the final match, we see a Drifblim Lead. As we saw before, this is really not too bad for Sneasler, especially with Aerial Ace now. You should actually be able to win the one shield scenario, because they're gonna let this go. You just shield up whatever they throw now, and you farm down, have so much energy stored on your Sneasler. This is an Icy Wind, will drop your attack, which is unfortunate, but does it really matter when they bring in a Napoleon, which is gonna get one shot anyway? Are they gonna shoot this up? They do shoot it up. In comes Gastrodon now to farm down this Napoleon though. This Napoleon might still be able to get to 2 Hydro Cannons though, so Krabby actually gonna opt to go for the Body Slam here. To take or almost take out the Empoleon. Definitely gotta let this Hydro go. This will not knock you out. And there's still a Drifblim in the back, so there's no use for your health since you're gonna get farmed down anyway. Not before you get to a Body Slam though. This should knock out the Drifblim at this point. I'm expecting a Lucario in the back, which wouldn't be too good for Bibarel, but Lucario is so incredibly squishy that Bibarel should be able to get to a Surf and knock it out at this point. It's just a Power Punch, letting it go. Playing it kind of risky, switching in the Sneasler. I don't know about that. Is Bibarel going to be able to finish this off? Surf comes through now. Will it knock out the Lucario? It has to. It does knock out the Lucario. Are we able to farm down the Drifblim? We are, and that is a very close game right there. GG. Thank you very much, Krabby, for sending in those Sneasler battles. This thing is absolutely amazing. I just wish everyone could get it, so let's hope that it's not gonna be too long until this thing is available in like research or in the wild, maybe even from daily instance, so we all can enjoy some Sneasler action. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. See you on the next one. Good luck, your battle trainers.